Welcome back here to Thrive America, and my very special guest, Charles Fellingham, founder of Q Alias and Frank Sinatra impersonator. Charles, I'm not going to let you off the hook that easily. Can we, if you want to, can we hire you can you come to an event? Like, how does someone get in touch with you about becoming a?
Well, all they have to do is Google Charles Fellingham, and
Okay.
they can find the link to my Frank Sinatra impersonator website, and then I'll be glad to do an event for them, sure.
That'd be great. So get a Q Alias page, and also bring Charles out to your next event. get a double whammy. Social media is obviously such a buzzword, and we've had several guests, really great guests, come and talk about social media and how you need to get on the bandwagon, and how it's maybe not as intimidating as you may think it is. But what's your perspective on social media, and what are some ways that you can help us with a strategy to get ahead in that world?
Yeah, social media is all about personal branding. We have a lot of choices in terms of places we can go to brand ourselves with social media. But there's MyFace and Facebook and LinkedIn.
MySpace. You said MyFace.
MySpace and Facebook and LinkedIn and Squidoo and Zoom Info, and there's over 600 social and business communities that you can sign up for. So you've got to be very selective in the ones that you pick. They're the ones that probably are most notable, that have the best tools to brand you. MySpace and Facebook certainly have great tools, as does LinkedIn. The thing that I find most difficult for people, and perhaps you run into this too, is when people sit down to write about themselves, they get stuck. What do I say? And the whole idea here is to wave your own flag and write a robust bio that really tells people about you, and write it in the third person so you can brand yourself effectively.
Wow, what a great tip. As I think a lot of us, me included, are nervous or feel like we're being egotistical when we're writing about ourselves on Facebook. And what's the line on something like a Facebook, which is intended to be a social network platform? How do you balance that line between being social but yet letting, as a business owner, letting other people know that you can be hired?
It's difficult because, on Facebook it started out as a very social, keep in touch with people platform. And it's evolved into something that people are using to brand themselves for businesses. And the key to it is just build a Taj Mahal on Facebook or on MySpace or on LinkedIn. Get that professional photo done. Sit down with somebody who maybe has experience in writing a bio and write that great bio, because now you're building relationships, business relationships, with people who want to have a relationship based on trust. And in order for them to trust you, they want to see what your credibility is and what you bring to the relationship. And these pages are the way in which, or their first impression of how you can bring that value to them.
A lot of us, a lot of business owners are scared, or they're just like rolling their eyes when the next social networking platform gets rolled out. For example, Twitter is the latest one. I see all these people on Facebook going, "Oh, great, another social media platform." Where do you draw the line, or should you just hop on everything that you see, or what's your strategy here?
You've got to manage your time. I mean, you can spend all of your time in social media, but you've got to find the things that really count. Twitter's an effective tool. It's why it's growing so fast, in order to create awareness for you or your products or your services. There's certain rules you have to abide by, but there's a lot of people out there who are trying to get as many followers as possible. I need 40,000, 50,000 followers so that I can be recognized as someone of note. That's not it. It's following people who are really aligned with who you are and your values to get followers to do the same. Because who you follow and who's following you brands you in a way. So when people look at you, they're going to look at those two things and know more about you than you thought.
And you talk about building, like you said, a Taj Mahal online, and someone's going to Google you, and the service that you provide is going to ensure that you're at the top. But also things like your Facebook and your Twitter accounts are also populated on Google. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, and you can put links to all of those in your Q Alias account. So it sort of is a wheelhouse for you to conduct business and brand yourself from the top of the search engines.
And something that someone said that I thought was so interesting about social media is that now marketing is less about putting the billboard up or something in the newspaper, which is still very important. You got to do, but marketing is becoming a dialogue.
It is. It's a dynamic tool. And one of the tools we give you is a personal brochure that you can email out to your relationships, your network, so that they can see what you're doing and keep up with your products, your services, changes in your life, and things like that. Because it is a dialogue. Personal branding is very static, but marketing your personal brand is what people should be really going for now.
Something that I want to bring up, which is I've seen Google roll out a new service where they're putting personal profiles. Can you talk a little bit about, because I know some people might blog about this on this Thrive America. Well, I can just get a Google profile link. What would you say to that?
Yeah, we knew they were coming out with this product because when they launched Google Profiles last year, it was just a natural evolution. And profiles show up at the bottom of the page. It's free, which is good. They give you a place to put a postage stamp picture and a little bit about yourself. Not a lot of links in terms of being able to help the search engines find you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, because it's free, there's going to be a lot of people jumping on. So it's not a great differentiator.
Mm-hmm.
What you really want to do in personal branding is differentiate yourself and make yourself that unique person on the web that people are going to want to go to do business with or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more polished site. I know you're constantly making improvements on the way it looks, and it like for me, it puts us at the very top, and it's a great service. So, Charles, we're going to bring you right back, and I'm going to ask you what's been your biggest business blunder, and what have you learned most from that mistake, and then also how can you help us thrive in this current economy, and then a little bit more about how we get in touch with you, if that's okay.
Great. Yep.
All right, we'll be right back with Charles.